A very warm welcome, please, for Anton Danila. One of the very first people, of course, to enter the Love Island villa. Glasgow gym owner Anton came so close to making the final, leaving coupled up with Belle the day before the final. So, first things first, now you're out. Can you quite believe it? Can you believe how incredibly popular it's been?
It's crazy. I knew the show was always very big, but the fact that you can come out and you can't go anywhere. Literally, the only way I can describe it is you go into the airport, you go on holiday for 8 weeks, no one knows you, you come back and everyone knows
Instantly
who you are.
recognisable.
Mad,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How do you deal with that? How do you cope with it? Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it, yes. The other day there I was in Glasgow, I was shopping for clothes for the reunion, so I drove into Glasgow, literally was walking down the street, everyone came, one person starts taking a picture. Before I knew it, there was probably about 200 people around me taking photos. So I took photos for about 45 minutes, jumped back in the car and drove home.
That makes just doing the shopping a bit arduous.
So hard, yeah. It never happened.
And is it a particular age group that recognise you, or do you feel that everybody's watching?
Do you know one thing I will say? I'm very surprised at how young some of the people are. I think that they've made Love Island a lot more sort of family friendly these days. So yeah, there's a lot younger people than I expected to watch the show. So, but definitely ranges from all ages. But it's quite funny because some men will come up to you and say, "This picture's for my wife," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure it is."
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys that watch it as well.
Yeah, I'll be doing that later. I'll say it's for my kids.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's not us. Now you came so close to winning, didn't you? Does that hurt, or does it not matter now?
Do you know what? For those that watch the show know that I was favourite to go out the first week. I think that I thought I was going home the first week, so every day in there was just a bonus from that first week. I was just like, I'm just going to take every day as it comes.
Well, before we talk about how much you changed, because a lot of people reckon you changed a lot while you were in there. You didn't win, as I said. Amber and Greg won. What did you think?
Oh, delighted for Amber. I mean, I started the journey with Amber the whole way through. She went through her ups, she went through her downs, and I don't think it could have happened to a better person in there.
And of course, you started off coupled up with Amy, and then Amber, and then Elma, and then Lucy. So you know, were you worried that you would never actually quite make it with anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I was in a lot of friendship couples. I found it really, really hard to get anyone in there. I just kept getting pied all the time.
Now, why do you think that was?
I'm not too sure.
Now, you see, those who really are specialists in this, and talking of Storm, reckon that you changed a lot because you went in and you were a bit, Jack the Lad, a bit cocky, trying to impress too much. And then your character changed.
Yeah, not so much my character changed. I think that the impression people always have of me is because, maybe I have got that good body and that maybe pretty boy look. I think people always,
Yes, sorry.
They maybe
acknowledgement from Storm there.
Yeah. I think that sometimes people have a certain perception of you, and then once people do start to get to know me, they realise that actually is more to me than maybe the muscles and the certain look. So yeah, I think that the audience got to see exactly who I was. The people in the villa got to know me, and then obviously they don't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely, even though the cover is well worked out. I think it's the right way of saying it. And then, of course, in week 5, was it when Belle came in?
Yeah,
and then things really did start to look up for you, didn't they?
Yeah. Week 5, so kind of 4 weeks I was basically in there myself, and basically when Belle came in, she took my Love Island experience. I basically called it a Friend Island experience until she came in, and when she came in, it took it to a Love Island experience.
Yeah, we've got a little clip of you and Belle arguing, actually, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to follow you.
Walk away then. Walk away. Walk away. That's all you do is walk away because you don't want people to think that you're a bad person. I am what I am. I am what I am, and I'll stand by that. And I'll stand by that. That's some. You're Anton, and you know it. I've done nothing wrong. I've done not a thing wrong. You're sitting there trying to make this thing. If you don't want this, stop thinking about how everyone makes you feel and it's mugging you off. It's a cop-out. I'm not going to have this conversation with you. I'm really not going to do it to myself. I'm not going to lower my standards for the sake of you.
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, that looks as though you're not going to get on, but there's clear chemistry going on there already, isn't there?
Yeah, I think that when is it normal to start dating someone and live with them 24 hours a day, stay in bed with them? You literally couple up with them and you're in bed with them that night. It's the strangest thing.
Just being in the same house with them.
Yeah, in this closed environment. These things are going to happen. And yeah, maybe we were only together for, I think, maybe about 2 weeks at that point, or a week even. But you're 24 hours a day. It's a lot of time. The hours add up. So I think arguments are healthy in relationships. I think every relationship...
it gets the chemistry going.
Yes, it does. And one thing about that is what I realised is, if the guys aren't fans of the show, basically there was a dumping later on that night, and one of my friends was going to be leaving the show, and I actually broke down. I got very upset and I couldn't finish my speech, and Belle stepped in and she finished my speech off for me, and that showed me that when we weren't on the best of terms, we'd actually technically split up, she was still there for me. And I think that's very important in a relationship when you aren't on the best of terms, that someone's there for you.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah, so it changed everything.
Are you still going strong?
Yeah, we're going very strong. We went on our first date outside the villa on Saturday. My dad came along as well, so that was quite nice. And yeah.
Really?
I think he was just making sure I wasn't handing out any numbers. So it's just double checking on me. So no, it was really good. We're just trying to date in the outside world. I think I've been a total realist to this, because I know that in the villa you are spending 24 hours a day, and then when you come out the villa, you're maybe going to only see each other once and twice a week.
Well, that's it. Geographically, you've got a problem, haven't you? Because you're in Glasgow and she's in London.
Yes, and
long distance relationships are very difficult.
Yeah, of course they are. But again, if you want something to work, you'll make it work. And things are going very well with me and Belle. We've built our foundations in the villa, and I want to take it to the outside and see how we get on.
I do think if any of us had our arguments filmed, it'd be horrendous. To watch back for yourself, and especially when you're younger.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a feisty girl. I've probably learned to chill a bit more as I get older and to count to 10.
Yeah.
And I think when you like someone as well, you know, like a lot of people were quite rude about Anna and saying she was very aggressive. I kind of read it as really hurt and not quite sure how to express that. So
I think everyone was so well behaved compared to what I'm like in an argument. I was like, this is not that bad. This is fine.
And I watched it with my 14-year-old daughter.
Yep.
And I quite like watching it with her because I could sort of navigate things. When you gave your number cheekily to that supermarket girl, she's going to her brother. You would never do that.
Yes, that was a naughty thing.
Never do that.
Yeah, he gave his number to a supermarket.
I mean, it was a joke, I know. But it was like slightly laddie thing to do, and girls go, I'd hate that to happen.
Yeah, women don't like that.
Yeah, well, we were in the supermarket with the boys. It was a total banter scene. We were laughing, we were joking, and maybe I took the joke a little bit too far. But if it's any consolation, the number wasn't real. We don't even have our phones in there. We don't have
a bad number.
Yeah, I just wrote down something. It was just for a joke, just a thing. But
also, Belle fell for you knowing for watching you for 5 weeks. That was your humour.
Yeah,
massively backed you on that.
That made me realise how much I liked her again, because when people told her in the villa that's what I'd done, she could have kept
Anton,
off.
isn't this the exact opposite of a normal holiday romance? I've been on plenty of holidays when I was your age, to Benidorm or something like that. Come back and thought I've met the woman of my dreams, you know what I mean? I can't live without her. And the minute I touched down at Manchester Airport and got out the airport,
Can't you remember it?
That's it, you know what I mean? It's completely the opposite.
Yeah, no, I think that obviously in there you do go in to try and find someone. And I waited 4 weeks in there for someone, and they came in, and it's going well. I'm just going to see how it goes on the outside. I'm not planning on throwing it away, not at all.
Did you ever think that everybody would be talking about your bottom? In the shaving terms, when you...
Somebody had to bring up the bottom, didn't they?
Yeah, of course it did.
For anybody that didn't watch it, his mum shaves his bottom.
Yeah, when I came in initially, I think that Amber, the girl that won, she never stepped forward. So Caroline asked her, look, why haven't you stepped forward for Anton? And she said that, do you shave your legs? And I said, yeah. And she says, well, that's why I never stepped forward. And I said, well, my mum shaves my bum. And I just laughing, joking.
Yeah.
And your mum...
Yeah,
your mum is now nearly as famous as you. In fact, hasn't she brought out a single?
She has.
Shall we have a little clip just to really embarrass you? Here's Anton.
Read all about it, front page story. Anton's mum shaves his bum. Anton's mum shaves his bum. Anton's mum.
There, she's a real character, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love that. She's embarrassed. Storm, you've got a question for him.
Yeah, I want to take you back to before you even entered the villa. So before all the residents of the Love Island villa go in, there's little VTs that you put out.
Yes.
Your VT particularly went crazy all over my Twitter, and lots of people from Glasgow specifically talking about it.
Yep.
Now, let's take a look at the VT just so I can explain. Can we have a look?
I've been in a relationship since I've been 14 years old. However, whenever I am in a relationship, I've got this severe medical condition. It's called a wandering eye. Love Island's going to be a test for me. And if I do like someone, I will try my best to stick by them the whole way. But if that wandering eye comes out again, I don't know if I'll be able to.
I mean, that VT went on about you having a sleepover with two other girls, being kicked out your house.
Yeah.
You came across as a real cad.
Yeah.
And I actually said on this show we should all watch Love Island, right? Just so we can go, whatever happens, put your children in front of the TV and go, do not bring a boy like that home. Now, 100%. When you went into the island, which is why I think you thought maybe you were going to be the first voted off.
Yeah.
You were a different person on there. You were the sweetest, loveliest person, and we were all as a nation absolutely rooting for you. So what happened?
So one thing I must stress is with the VT, we are sitting in that room for an hour, 45 minutes, and that's cut down into that minute-long video. So I was kind of explaining the way I was when I was younger, when I was maybe like in my 20s, like, well, in my 20s, I'm still in my 20s, but if I was maybe about 20, 19, the way I acted at that age. I'm now 24, 25, I'm a completely different person, it's different life experiences, and it's just the way it's been edited has made me look that certain way. But now that I look back, it's an absolute blessing in disguise, because obviously I've been myself, and people are like, who is this guy that we've seen? And I think because they did have that misconception of me, first of all. Now I think that they grew to love me.
But it worked, it got you noticed and everything, didn't it?
That's what the VT's about, isn't it? I mean, I know doing them on X Factor, you have a 30-second clip that you have to try and sell yourself, and it's such an unnatural thing to be on telly.
Anton was doing the opposite. He was
but he's saying, maybe saying what you thought you needed to say, maybe, to go on Love Island. I think that Love Island's such a... Everyone knows what the show's about, and I think we loved seeing the real you after that I Agree With You.
100%. You were like, this guy's a different guy. You should ask the VT. You're going back to look. That's definitely the same person.
Yeah. The same person. No, like I says, you are in that room for 45 minutes. A lot more was said in that room that's not been shown.
Yes.
So yeah, it's worked out the best way. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and the person that won, I personally, I loved her and watched her little journey. Ultimately, I think she was rewarded for having been treated so badly and gone through so much hurt and pain, and then doing when she didn't choose Michael, I think every woman that was watching it was like, yes, she chose the guy that was going to treat her nicely.
Amber wasn't that popular in the beginning as well on the outside. No. She was very opinionated. She rubbed me up the wrong way the first 2 weeks, and then ultimately...
That's the way they do these programmes now. I mean, you watch the first episode usually of any Apprentice series, and they're also nauseatingly trying to sell themselves, that they turn you right off them, don't they? And it's almost, it gets you noticed, it gets you on the telly, and it's worked very well. Now, look, since you're here, I wanted to talk about something that, funnily enough, came up when we were discussing Prince Harry a couple of days ago, is that he said he and Meghan like to go to the spa and have proper treats. And one thing he really, really loves is what they've called there in the Sun at toe job. He loves a pedicure. So, and it just made me think, does that make him a bit of a wuss? Or actually, is that a modern man who actually looks after his body?
Well, I think it's just a modern man that looks after the body. I mean, me personally, for going into Love Island, I had my eyebrows done, I had the toes done, things like that. It's up to yourself. You're a human being, you can do what you want to do, and if that's what he likes to do, that's what he likes to do. It shouldn't be classed as a wuss for anything like that. And, I mean, we talk about equality, is that not sort of in the male point of view as well? Can we not be entitled?
Absolutely. Well, that's what I think. I actually thought, great, good on him. Why not? There's nothing nicer than a pedicure.
I think it's lovely that. I think we applaud ladies to not feel like they have to comply to beauty standards and go makeup free. But as a man, I'm a gay man, but I love taking care of my appearance, and sometimes not as much as I feel like I should. I mean, sitting next to him now, I think I'm definitely going to get my wax later. But I think it's important for men to take pride in themselves and not to feel like they're being a wuss or feminine or whatever. If I want to wear makeup, which I do, that's my choice, my body.
I think men and makeup. I think makeup really works.
Why not? I think makeup is there to give you the best confidence. If you don't want to wear it, you don't have to wear it. That's brilliant. But I like to
men's feet as well. You think, no, please
absolutely. It's good news that men look after their feet.
Finally,
it really is. Go on, Mike. You have a word on this.
Oh, definitely pedicure. I totally agree. Some of my friends are footballers. They have them done every day because the football boots now fit like plastic around your toes. You know what I mean? And it's very important to them. One thing I want to say, Anton, is that you may not believe this, but I too am a single man, okay? And and with your fame and popularity now, having come out of what you've come out of, and having 200 people chasing you down the street, why have you pledged your troth to one woman?
Well,
that's why you're single, Mike. That is why you're single.
Look, I'm 25 now. I'm 25 this year. I didn't go on Love Island to get all this attention from women. I went on Love Island to find love, and I believe that I'm on the path to doing that. So
but you've become almost world famous. I mean, if you're ever going to cash in your life to make yourself available to as many partners as possible at the same time, it's now, isn't it?
Well, I didn't need Love Island for that. I don't want to say.
I don't think you had many problems before, to be honest.
That's not why I went on the show. But I get what you're saying. But again, I'm kind of past that now.
Yeah, Mike, let him go to.
And also, have you seen Belle? Like, he's done pretty well.
She's amazing. And it's also quite a lonely place.
This coming from a man whose hair is trending on Twitter.
Thank you.
This is Mike.
Well, absolutely. No, but I admire you so much for that. You're almost done it in reverse. You said I can have my pick of anybody I want, and because of the experience I've gone through, I've been lucky enough now to actually, maybe I've seen a bit of light or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, confidence is one of the most sexy things there is, isn't it?
Right.
Absolutely, yeah. How are we doing on male beauty? What do people think at home, Storm, about grooming, pedicures? Is it being wussy or is it modern man?
No, it's definitely on the up and up. But John on Twitter says, I cut my own hair. He's obviously not one for going to a spa. But if you saw how much hair I had left, it's not really worth paying somebody.
Oh, right, okay, well.
Sav says, why can't people just do what they want without everyone judging? Who actually cares how much time somebody spends on themselves, which I think is fair. Stephen on Twitter says, of course it's gone too far. The average man is now spending more time in the mirror getting ready and applying makeup than the average woman.
Oh, I don't know
whether it
about
has
that.
got that
Is that
far.
true?
Probably not.
Why does it matter?
Ros, though, I hear you like somebody with a shaved bottom. Is that true?
Yeah, it's better than a hairy bum, though, isn't it? A smooth bottom.
There you go. You've got a fan there, Ros. So you're happy with someone to groom? Happy for your man
but
to groom.
I mean, wouldn't you prefer to go to a beauty parlour to get your bum waxed instead of asking your mum to do it?
Yeah, waxing's sore. Waxing of the bum's very, very sore. I have had it done before. And then some people won't do it anymore. They won't do it anymore. So, yeah.
Really?
It's a good bonding session with myself and my mum.
It's lovely that you've got that relationship. I think it's lovely. How nice is that you're comfortable enough with your mum to be your best friend as well? I think more people should be a lot more...
I don't think I'm going to shave my son's bum.
Oh, if he asked. What if he really asked?
Well, I mean, actually,
but you're the
he's
most
like 12,
comfortable
so-
person he's in front of when he's old enough. But he's
Yeah.
comfortable enough with his mum. I think that's a lovely thing to have that relationship
Is it?
with the mother and
Yeah.
son.
I mean, listen, fine, whatever, but I just can't.
I don't know. I've got multiple
imagine.
sons and none of them's asked me to shave their bum.
Well,
as well, I think.
I can't imagine it. Getting your mother to shave your bum. My mum, came out of the Second World War. They didn't do that sort of thing in those days. So I
but
do
you've
accept
seen
like
his
sort
mum
of-
now. We know
Yeah.
that she's sort of would give that a go because
guys.
she's obviously a great supporter of you anyway.
Yeah, it's actually got a lot to do with my mum why I'm here today. She's my biggest fan, so yeah, just...
But if you could get someone to wax your bum, you wouldn't have to shave it so much because when the hair
But
grows
it's
back...
very sore,
But why is it
Come
problem
on.
that it's his mum or a stranger? What's the difference
Are you
between
after
your
the
mum
job
who's
or
giving birth to you?
I just wanted to know, Ros, if you went out with someone that spent more time in the mirror than you, how would you be all right with that?
No, that would put you off a bit, You want a man to be manly, don't you? But it is nice when they do look after themselves.
But how is not looking after yourself being manly?
No, I think
No, but if you spend too much time looking in the mirror...
You're more of a woman
you-
than you letting your armpits grow. Surely that's... If I was to sit here and say you're less of a woman because you let your armpits grow, that's a ridiculous thing to say. A man is less manly by taking care of himself.
Quite right. Here.
Totally wrong.
Absolutely. Look, we're running out of time. Shame, because it's a really great subject, isn't it? But thank you very much to Anton then, and the best of luck with everything you're going to do in the future. I'm sure it's not the last we're going to see of you.